Hello guys, and this will be something I do different this time. This will be a 2014 NFL mock draft in a couple days. I wish I was going to put multiple versions of this, but I never had the time to, so I decided to give you guys my possibly first version of this, but this will be my final. There will be no more stuff because NFL draft's on Thursday. So let's get down to it. Number one, we have Houston Texans, Blake Bortles, quarterback from UCF. Central Florida, and he will change the he will actually lead the Texans for wins. But yeah, Jadeveon, there's a lot of people saying Jadeveon Clowney, he's going to change the atmosphere there, but he's not going to change the team, because you can't have a quarterback and you're not going to win, because their offense isn't mediocre like the Ravens were back in 2000 when they won the Super Bowl. Coming at number 2, St. Louis Rams, Jadeveon Clowney. They could either go Jadeveon Clowney or Greg Robinson at this spot, or possibly trade back, get some more draft picks. But if they do stay in this position, I think Jadeveon Clowney, build up on that defensive line between him and Chris Long and Robert Quinn. That would be a deadly line. People would be scared of that all day. Jacksonville Jaguars, number 3. I'm going to take Teddy Bridgewater. A lot of people say he didn't have get well pro day. I wouldn't judge them off that. My mentality, I think you would judge people from how they do in real games, and he was probably the best out of this whole year in real games. And I don't think he should be falling back all the way to the 20s, to be honest. I think he should be right in like the top 5, and I think that's where he's going to land in Jacksonville. Coming at number 4, Cleveland Browns, Johnny Manziel. No surprise here. A lot of people putting him here, and I'm going to put him here as well. Really spark the atmosphere. I think he will actually be better than Brian Hoyer. Oakland Raiders, number 5, Sammy Watkins. They can go David Carr here, or offensive line, or Sammy Watkins. I think Sammy Watkins with can really change the team. You got Matt McGloin. You know they're going to pick like Taj Boyd or like David Carr this year. But he can really change the offense. If you get one of those quarterbacks, you know, you could, Todd Boyd and Sammy Watkins, they know each other, so that could actually be pretty interesting of a team duo. At number 6, the Atlanta Falcons would take Greg Robinson. They could trade up for number 2 for Jadeveon Clowney, but I think they stay back, get offensive linemen, and since they already picked defensive line and free agents like Tyson Jackson, Paul Soiliai, I don't think they need to draft one in the first round. I think draft one in the 3rd round, progress him, and he could possibly be a big one. Coming number 7, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They trade away one of the wide receivers. I think his name was Mike Williams. I forget though. They have been picking Mike Evans. Tall, physical wide receiver, like the one they just traded away. I forget what team he got traded to. I think it was the Eagles, but I'm not that sure. Mike Evans fits what he did, and he can be a good duo between him, Vincent Jackson, and presumably Josh McCown. Number 8, Minnesota Vikings, Khalil Mack. They recently just got rid of Jared Allen. He can really do well. Minnesota Vikings, got no one else to compete for. Instant starter. And I think he would do well. Coming at number 9, Buffalo Bills. I have them taking Jake Matthews. They can go a lot of directions here. Eric Ebron, Mike Evans. Or we can go offensive line like Jake Matthews. I think they go that direction, even though they could draft Eric Ebron. But I think they just extended Scott Chandler's deal, so I don't think you're going to be drafting one. And number 10, Detroit Lions, Justin Gilbert, cornerback from Oklahoma State. Lions really need to work on their secondary. They could also work on wide receiver, but I doubt it since the recent addition of Golden Tate. Number 11, Tennessee Titan, Anthony Barr. Even though he's a raw outside linebacker defensive end, he's really good. He can really progress to a big one like DeMarcus Ware. And I think he will do that, and he can really do well in Tennessee. Number 12, New York Giants. I have them taking C.J. Mosley. They can go tight end here for another weapon for Eli Manning, or they can go defensive line, offensive line area. But I've been taking C.J. Mosley. Pair him up with John Beeson. You got a good inside linebacking duo, or linebacker. 13, Rams pick again. I'm picking Clinton Dix. They need safety help. They could also go with deep offensive line, as I said, with Tatum Vian. But I don't think or Zach Martin. I don't think they're going to take any of them. I think they're going to go more safer route with safety. Clinton Dix will be a good addition. Coming at number 14, Chicago Bears. I'm picking Aaron Donald. With the recent addition of Lamar Houston and Jared Allen. Why not keep piling on that defensive line? And they could go back to like the old 2 years ago Chicago Bears defense, where they're really good. Number 15, Pittsburgh Steelers can go all different directions: wide receiver, offensive line, defensive line, and secondary. I'm taking Darqueze Denner. He's a really underrated prospect, I think, cornerback from Michigan State. And he can really do well with the Pittsburgh Steelers because he has to go up against Ike Taylor. Pair him up with him, and he has to go up against like AJ Green, Josh Gordon, people like that, and the rest of the AFC North. Number 16, Dallas Cowboys. They need help on defense, so I would pick Coney Ealy, defensive inside touchdown linebacker for Auburn. Really good. He can really be like a DeMarcus Ware type person for their team, and I think he will help. Even though they signed Anthony Spencer back, which is quite surprising, I think they're going to keep on with the defense. Number 17, the Baltimore Ravens. Calvin Pryor, strong safety, but he's running to play free safety. From Louisville, with him and Matt Elam, got a young safety duo between them, and I think that will really work out for them. They could also go offensive lineman, but I think they're going to wait until the second round to do that. Or they go wide receiver, tight end, but I think they'll go safety here. Number 18, New York Jets. I am picking Eric Ebron. Had a good offseason this year. Chris Johnson, Eric Decker, Michael Vick. Keep on piling on that offense, so why don't you do more and get Eric Ebron, a good tight end. Last year they signed Kellen Winslow. He ended up not doing anything for them. So why not keep on piling on? Number 19, the Miami Dolphins. I'm picking Zach Martin. Need offensive line help, and I don't think they're going to take Taylor in because he's been having some off-field issues. So I think they're not going to want to deal with that like they did with Richie Incognito. So I think they're going to do that with Zach Martin. I think they're going to pick Zach Martin. He's a really good offensive tackle. He could go earlier to a team, but I think he's going to follow the Dolphins. Number 20, Arizona Cardinals. No one knows what they're going to do. This is a team where they can go all these different directions for teams. But this could be surprising people. I'm going to pick them. Rashid Hageman from Minnesota, defensive lineman. Darnell Dockett's not. I think he left or retired or not doing that well. So you could keep on eyeing on the defensive line. We can go offensive line with Taylor Leon, but I don't think they're going to take him either. Number 21, Green Bay Packers. I'm going to take Ryan Shazier, inside linebacker from Ohio State. They can use another inside linebacker. AJ Hawk isn't the best, and I think Ryan Shazier would be good fine with that. Number 22, the Philadelphia Eagles pick, and I'm picking D Ford, outside linebacker, so that's defensive end from Auburn. They could also go secondary here, but I think they need defense. They're going to go defense here, and I think D Ford would be a good match for them. Number 23, Kansas City Chiefs didn't go offensive line here because they lost a couple offensive line people. Or they can go wide receiver, but I'm picking Marquise Lee. He could fall the second round, but I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think he's going to fall that low. He's really fast. He's not fast as Sammy Watkins, but he's pretty fast. And mount him with Dwayne Bowen, you got a good duo. Number 24, Cincinnati Bengals pick. They can go quarterback here, because I don't think Andy Dalton's going to be a franchise quarterback. Or they can go cornerback here, which I'm picking, with Kyler Fuller, cornerback from Virginia Tech. They could use a couple more secondary pieces, and I think this would be a good fit for them. Number 25, San Diego Chargers. Another these two picks could flip-flop, whichever team wishes most to liking. Jason Verrett from cornerback from TCU. He's a really good cornerback. He's underrated, but you know he could go up. He could go up where the Steelers is, but I don't think he's going to fall out in this range. Number 26, the Cleveland Browns. They can go running back here. If they don't select a quarterback in the fourth pick, they could select him here. But I would pick Brandon Cooks. This would be a nice addition. Josh Gordon is like a tall, physical, fast wide receiver, and you got another fast wide receiver for Johnny Manziel to play along with, and it would just be a good fit with them, I think. Number 27, New Orleans Saints. This is the same problem with the Arizona Cardinals. They can go all these different directions for who they want to pick. They can go another wide receiver. They can go offensive line. They can go defensive line. They could go out linebacker. I'm picking a cornerback because got rid of Jabari Greer and signed Champ Bailey. But I'm going to pick Bradley Roby, cornerback from Ohio State. Even though he wasn't really that well last season, he was still well in a couple of seasons ago, and I think that's what's going to make him go first round. Number 28, Carolina Panthers. It's easy. You're going to pick a wide receiver. Cody Lattimore, a person that's not really spoke of recently, but I think he could be a really good fit with them. Number 29, New England Patriots play. The New England Patriots pick, and I think they're going to go defense here, defensive line. Louis Nix from Notre Dame. Vince Wilfork was originally holding out. I think they re-signed him, but they could definitely work with more defensive help, and I think Louis Nix would be a nice fit with them. Put him and Vince Wilfork in the front, that would be a good duo. And then number 30, San Francisco 49ers, we have room about them trading up, which, you know, they could. But I'm going to have them pick Allen Robinson from wide receiver from Penn State. He got the size, 6'2", and only like 200 pounds, 215 pounds. He got the size, like not as tall as Mike Evans, but he's definitely got the size as Mike Evans, and he's got the speed as in Eric Ebron, Marquise Lee type. So I think that would actually be a good fit for the 49ers if they stay back. Number 31, Denver Broncos. This might be an interesting pick to people because you're going to be asking, who's this person? DeMarcus Lawrence. They lost. He's a defensive end from Boise State. They lost defensive end Sean Phillips and Robert Ayers or Akeem Ayers. I forget his name. Someone with last name Ayers. And they need a defensive end. And I think DeMarcus Lawrence is a fast, athletic defensive end. He can really fit in their defense and really be a threat to any opposing offensive line. And the last pick of the first round, the Seahawks will select Jace Amaro, tight end from Texas Tech. They could really do another tight end. You got Zach Miller. That's pretty much it. I remember they could use another threat, losing Golden Tate. He's like a slot tight end, which would be a good fit with them. Now, this mock draft will only cover the first round. I don't plan on doing more rounds, guys. So sorry if you wanted a full mock draft. But this is it, guys. Something different. Be sure to watch draft on Thursday. I will be watching it. So leave in the comment box below what your favorite team should select. Now, mine's the Raven. I think they should select Calvin Pryor, which I hadn't picked. Like, if you're a Steelers fan, tell me who you want them to pick. If you're a Broncos fan, tell me who you want to pick. And please like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed to me, please subscribe. Follow me and like. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which I put a link down in the comment box, in the description box below. Like my Facebook page so you can get more more news about my channel. And hopefully I'll see you next time, and goodbye.